Those idiots will never find my hidden base inside this pyramid. Let's take care of business here first.
Hello, this is Bowblax here, and welcome back to more Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. In the last episode, we discovered the military's top secret weapon, Project Shadow, and he said he would grant us one wish if we met him at the Space Colony Ark. And in this episode, we have to set up a base inside a pyramid in order to get to the Space Colony Ark via spaceship. And that is why we are here, searching through these ancient Egyptian ruins, you know, the very Tor-heavy pyramid, very ancient, very old, shouldn't touch it at all, you know. We're just a big fat man in a machine, breaking everything down, you know, breaking private property, pillars, you know, all that, destroying ancient history, in order to get to space, because, you know, that is how everyone gets into NASA. One of the main qualifications in order to ride a spaceship is to break down ancient properties of ancient Egyptians or whatnot. But all jokes aside, welcome to the second Eggman level. You may be wondering, shouldn't it be a Shadow level since we already did an Eggman level and a Rouge level, and naturally it'd be the third gameplay style Eggman next? Well, no. Something weird about the dark side is that there is a lot of Eggman levels around the beginning of the story and then almost none at the end. Each character has the exact same amount of levels, except for Sonic and Shadow being the exception, and I'll get into that once we know all the levels and stuff, and it won't be considered spoilers anymore. But yeah, every character has the same amount of levels. It's just because of the plot that there's a lot of Eggman stuff at the beginning, because, you know, he's the big fat corporate man who does all the business stuff, and for the majority of the story he's just sitting behind his chair, you know, commanding or giving orders and stuff to his robots. So it makes sense for all his levels to be at the beginning, because it's him just setting up plans and getting to places in this giant walker thingamajigger machine thing. I don't know. Don't ask me, ask Eggman. I'm not an evil genius. I don't know why you would want to use the walker to get around when you have a perfectly capable flying version of this machine, as you could see in the Rouge cutscene in the last episode. But whatever. We will be seeing a lot of Eggman in these early episodes and not so much of them later. That is the end of it. So yes, and something you may have been noticing, a little theme with Eggman levels, is that they're very dark. Like, if you don't have a good TV, or like your contrast or brightness or something is low for some reason, it's kind of hard to see in these levels. In my opinion, I think these Eggman levels are a little too dark. But I don't know, that's just me. Well, there's a level even darker than this, believe me, and darker than Iron Gate in the future. But we will talk about that when we get there. Anyways, that's enough for this level. And now we are going to go into a cutscene. And rank C. See, even if you go through the level like perfectly fine, you still get rank C. Ranks are a big pain to get in this game. So yes, now onto a cutscene.
With the Chaos Emerald in the Space Colony Ark. I've got to find out just what's going on up there.
We interrupt this broadcast for an important news flash. There has been a break-in at the Federal Reserve Bank today. Mysteriously, the only thing that was stolen was the Chaos Emerald. According to eyewitnesses at the scene, the suspect was identified as the world-renowned hero, Sonic the Hedgehog. The suspect was seen fleeing the scene, destroying the reserve's guard robots in his path. Stay tuned for more details.
Like the work of Shadow.
Pathetic. Find them before they escape! Maria!
Shadow, I beg of you, please, do
Maria!
it for me. For all the people on that planet. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
I still remember what I promised you. For the people of this planet, I promise you. Revenge!
So yes, apparently Shadow the Hedgehog looks a lot like Sonic, you know, he totally doesn't look different at all, he's totally the same color, you know, maybe Sonic was just having an off day, he felt bad about, all the bad stuff he wanted to do, he wanted to maybe change his fur a little bit, you know, this is totally Sonic, he just got a little emo, got a little depressed, started, like, cutting his fur up into, getting him red stripes because, you know, all the blood from all the cuts he's been putting in his head, you know, Sonic's a very emo character when he gets, dark like this. This is totally Sonic. This is not anybody different. The only hedgehog in the world is Sonic, so yes. All jokes aside, welcome to Shadow. Right here, normally, to get across, you need a power-up called the Light Speed Dash, which makes you, be able to travel along rings. But with the very broken spin dash and a jump, you can just get right across and get the secret power-up that is not really supposed to be obtained at this time. You have to wait to get the power-up usually, but since the spin dash is so broken, we're able to get it. The flame ring, when you somersault, you have a ball of fire, and you can break iron containers that we've been seeing, and they've been previously unbreakable, and now as Shadow the Hedgehog, we can break them. There is going to be a power-up in every level. In the levels where they're not like where the game doesn't force you to get the power-up, like here, you don't have to get the flame ring. They are not required to beat the game. None of the unless they put a power-up right in front of you and say, "Here, take it." They're not required to beat the game, so don't worry about getting the power-ups. They're just a little bonus thing if you want to 100% try to get all the emblems and do other secret stuff like that I will explain at a later date. Now, here's a little mechanic that I haven't explained yet. On these flippy bars, you spin around, and when you see the little red bar, you press A, and you do a trick up them. If you do not press A where the red bar is, when the red bar appears, you will just fall off. And yeah, the flame ring isn't mandatory, but you can use it for certain shortcuts like there. I can use it for that spring to get up here faster. It's very good for speedruns, so if you do plan to speedrun this game, I do encourage you to get all the power-ups and beat the game and get all the power-ups in every level before you do so. And of course, I will show all the power-ups in a bonus episode, so don't worry about that. And I did miss the little red bar here, so just have to retry, no big deal. And yeah, how did I miss? Okay, this is a little weird section here. I think this is like one of two sections in the entire game where it's a bottomless pit, but you're floating above. Apparently, maybe air is coming from under there. I don't know. I don't really get the logic behind you floating there, but okay, whatever the game wants, I guess. So yeah, this is the third gameplay style in Sonic Adventure 2. Speed section's back from Sonic's gameplay in Sonic Adventure. And just like in Sonic Adventure, the spin dash is broken as hell. I think more broken than the game designers intended it to be. If you spin dash and jump right after, like this, you can get really, really high, especially if you do it off a slope where you already have momentum. Like, you get a lot of air, and that is how I got across to get that power-up early on. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing that a lot in this game, because my favorite part about the Sonic and Shadow sections, the speed sections, are the spin dashing and jumping. It is really fun. Anyways, as we come to the end of this level, that'll also be the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the next episode, of course, we will continue on with that Maria girl was talking about and stuff like that, and the revenge, and you know, we'll counsel Shadow a bit. Maybe get his little emo side off, stop him from like bleeding his hair. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.